Hi guys, and welcome back to Car Focused. Another video for you guys today, and as you can probably see peeking in the background, we've got a Mk3 Ford Focus RS edition on the channel. Not only have we got the Mk3 Focus RS, we've also got my Mk2. Hey! So basically Sam, who owns this Mk3 Focus RS, you might have seen on JM on Cars, it was actually reviewed on that channel. It's Sam's car, he's brought it up today. He's going to drive my Mk2 and I'm going to drive his Mk3. So I'm going to film his reaction in the Mk2 and then I'll drive his Mk3 and I'll film that as well. So there's potentially 2 or 3 videos coming out of today, but we'll see how it goes. But first off, I thought what we'd do is, it's quite rare you get these 2 cars side by side, is I'll flip the camera around, we'll have a walk around and just do like a visual comparison, because there is a lot of people comparing which are the best. Yeah, I love the Mk2s, they look much better than the Mk3s, blah blah blah, and vice versa. So we'll flip the camera around and we'll have a little walk around and we'll just basically explain what is different between the 2 cars. And obviously it's quite a lot because they're 2 completely different generations, but should be quite interesting. So yeah, we'll flip the camera around now, have a walk around, and then we'll jump in and we'll do the driving bits. Right, so we shall start from the front. So the first thing you notice with these 2 is the Mk2 is visually wider. So the Mk2 came from the factory as a wide body. Yeah, the Mk2 RS has got a wider track, bigger arches, and yeah, it just looks a bit beefier on the road. This one here, this edition, has actually got Mk2 RS bonnet vents as a little extra that's been fitted a few years ago. And obviously the Mk2 comes standard with the bonnet vents for a bit of additional cooling. So yeah, like I say, 2 completely different generations, but I think the Mk2 still does look good in this day and age. The Mk3, admittedly, it does look a bit more aggressive from the front with its big sort of gaping mouth there. And the Mk2, yeah, it does still look aggressive and it has got a big mouth as well, but I think the sharper lines of the Mk3 just make it look that little bit more aggressive. When you're being followed by a Mk3, I think they do look quite intimidating actually. Yeah. So the side of the cars, again, I think the Mk3 does look a little bit kind of, I don't want to say average because it's a bit harsh, but a bit more normal compared to the Mk2. There's not too much which stands it out from an ST, so to speak. But yeah, this has got the forged alloy wheels, and obviously it's nitrous blue, so it is an immediate kind of telltale sign that it is an RS. Spoilers at the back there. Similar size, Mk2 is just a bit bigger with a spoiler. So basically when the Mk3 came out, they kind of toned it down a bit for the more of a global appeal, but all the money went into the drivetrains and the four-wheel drive, etc., to make it a bit more playful. So yeah, side of the cars, and obviously you've got the extra doors at the back as well, which purists might not like. They might prefer the 3-door aspect of the Mk2, and I think proportionally 3 doors do look better, but in this day and age I've grown to like 5 doors, and I don't hate them or despise them or anything like that. Yeah, so looking at the back of the cars, you get the big wide fat stance with the Mk2. Sorry if you can't see it quite well, the sun is in front of us, which is a bit annoying. And then the Mk3, obviously you don't get that sort of wideness, but you do get a bit of road presence there. You've got a big diffuser and you've got the spoiler, as we've already touched upon. And this one has got a Miltech exhaust system as well, which looks good there. And then you see the Mk2, I've got a Miltech exhaust system as well. So yeah, from the outside, they're kind of poles apart really, aren't they? Like I say, different generations. This is kind of like the last of Ford going balls out and in your face, quite chavvy, so to speak. Kind of tone it down a little bit with a Mk3 just to appeal to a broader audience. And then if we look inside the car, a lot more modern inside here than you get in the Mk2. Same seats pretty much though. The shell seats, which were an option on the Mk3s, they're pretty much the same as the ones that you got in the Mk2s. This being an addition, you do get the carbon trims on the handbrake as well, and then you get the blue edged Recaros along here. Obviously the extra bits, you get the black spoiler with the inlays, and you get the Quaife limited slip differential as well. We'll quickly look in the Mk2 just for comparison. Obviously a lot more basic in here, a lot more old school, but like I say, pretty much the same Recaro CS seats there. And in the back of the Mk2 you get sculpted rear bench, so there's actually no seat in the middle there, it's only 2 seats in the rear. Whereas in the Mark III, you've got a seat in the middle. They kind of do look sculpted, but there is a seat in the middle there with the extra seat belt. With it being a 5-door, it'd be pretty pointless just having 2 seats in the back. So yeah, visually, that is the differences between the two. Obviously the engines, we've got 2.5 litre, 5-cylinder turbo, Volvo engine essentially, and then with this one we've got the 2.3 litre 4-cylinder EcoBoost turbo, which is a derivative of a Mazda engine, I think, if my knowledge is correct. So yeah, that is the two from the outside. Which one do you prefer? Let us know. So that's the little comparison there. Sam is in the background there.
Hello.
Hi, say hi. Yeah, just to touch upon Sam's mods, because there's quite a difference in power between these two. So mine is roughly around 350 horsepower, I think. I need to get it on a dyno. So it's Superchip Stage 1 with Stage 2 hardware, so turbo back exhaust system, intake, intercooler, etc. This one is running Revo Stage 2, so it's estimated between 400 and 440. Is that right, Sam?
Yeah, 400 to 440 is what it says on the Revo site.
Yep, so that's the estimation there. So that's got a sports cat with downpipe as well, and a Miltech catback system with the intake as well, and uprated intercooler. We think it's got an uprated oil cooler as well. It looks like it on the front, and obviously the tuning software as well. So it should be pretty handy on the road. So the next thing we're going to do is Sam is going to jump in the Mark II. Yeah, because he's never driven a Mark II, so I kind of want to hear the opinion of a Mark III owner jumping straight into a Mark II. He's probably going to think it feels really archaic, old school and slow, but we'll see. And then I'll drive the Mark III and then we'll wrap it up. And however I edit these videos, who knows, but could be one video, could be 2, could be 3. But yeah, anyway, the next thing you're going to see is me inside the Mark II with Sam behind the wheel.